made it back to Attica Raceway Park. Didn't get a whole lot of video last weekend. We had kind of a shitty weekend really all around. It was probably the worst weekend we've had. Not, you know, tearing anything up, just we weren't in the track like we needed to be, and a new motor, and you know, there's a lot of learning and kind of trying to get it figured out weekend. So got a few things figured out. Hope we're in a lot better position this weekend. Attica Oakshade again this weekend, local stuff. So we'll see what happens. We were up late last night watching that old Eldora Million, which was pretty awesome. Happy to see JD win, and happy to see a good race, really. I mean, hats off to Eldora and that crew. That's impressive, you know, to turn a track around like that, not only in the days before the race, but you know, also to have 2 shows in one day and 100 lap feature, not have a track rubber up, still put on racing like that. That's pretty awesome. So we're gonna ride on up, take a look at the track here, bring you guys along. Try not to get hit by the big ass water truck or the Toyota pulling in. Clearly doesn't care. They got the start of Ohio Sprint Speed Week this weekend, so it kicks off here at Attica. I mean, I'm sure if anybody's ever heard of Attica Raceway Park, big sprint car track. Put on some really good sprint car races here, and seen a lot of real famous folks here racing sprint cars. I see Stewart here, Casey Kane, Kyle Larson. It's kind of neat. Rico, yeah, Rico. It's pretty cool stuff. So. Here, kind of in the middle of nowhere, Attica. Oh shit, we don't got much time. Get up here, get a look at the track here real quick to see what we got. That's good. So as you can see, they do a pretty damn good job here at Attica. They're always kind of working on the dirt and working on the track surface and making sure they got it good to put on a good show. This place, you can see it's got a pretty decent amount of banking in it. Pretty straight straightaways. It races very, very interestingly. So fun track.
Got her wet tonight.
They got her wet tonight. They did a good job last weekend fighting the wind and everything like that. So anyhow, but that's Attica Raceway Park. The track looks pretty good, nice and wet. So ought to put on a pretty good show for us. Yeah, we're gonna get on out of here before that big 3-wheeler machine gets wet. But yeah, if you haven't ever heard of Attica, Ohio, Attica Raceway Park, look it up. It's pretty neat. Out in the middle of nowhere, the track is actually the fairgrounds for the town. So a lot of community support. This place is usually stacked full of fans. I mean, they open up pretty early in the season for around here in Ohio, and I've seen nights where it's 32 degrees in the grandstands and the place is packed full. So really appreciate that kind of stuff. Race fans supporting their local racetracks and their communities. I don't know, that's kind of what it's all about. So we'll see. We drew a 19, so that'll put us in a pretty early group of qualifying. They qualify hot lap here. So we've been pretty fast here in qualifying all year long, really, which is, like I said, a blessing and a curse because they invert 4. So it is what it is. We'll get everything around here, see how she stacks up this weekend. wide, Group 2, Heat 1. Ended up going second fastest overall in that group. I don't know where we really stacked up. Attica doesn't post the time, so I know we were within a tenth or so of what was fast. So that's good. Like I said, finally got to stretch the big motor's legs a little bit. That was kind of cool. I was able to hold her wide open going down through 3 and 4, so that was fun. You know, it's getting harder the longer you do this to get adrenaline rushes in the car, so sometimes you got to take them when you can get them. But we'll start with the invert 4 here, so we'll start second row inside. We'll start third in the heat race. Got 4 all-star sprint car heat races in front of us, so they prepped the track a little bit, knocked some of the ruts out of it, sprinkled it a little bit and ran it back in. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be terribly different for the heat race. I think there's only 4 of these all-star heat races, so it shouldn't hurt it too bad. It's clouded up a little bit. It's pretty decent temperature out here. Wind's kind of calm, so we'll see what that gives us for a track, and go out there and hopefully finish up front in this heat race and get us into a redraw and see what we got. I'm just trying to use fuel. It still falls on its face. Only when I do that. Like only when I drive it in. I agree. So we were pretty good, man. I mean, there was a couple times I reeled them in. I hit the line just right and would reel them in. You know?
You needed to, I don't know, on the entrance of 1, you lost so much energy. You were getting a great run off,
right?
But you lost so much energy, and you were pretty much a wash in the corner. If you could have figured out a way to enter and carry more entry to center and still kept that exit, that would have been perfect.
It's like it tightened up center, but it tightened up entrance enough that I got to kind of flick the car in.
I'm gonna fix that.
But yeah, it's the best. It's the best it's driven.
Well, some of it is, you know, if you're charging entrance, not letting the lift bar get out,
right,
it's gonna keep the car tighter.
Right.
So I can free it up, but I think the track's gonna come back. I think that's probably the most grip you're gonna see tonight. So I'm gonna chase it the other way, intend on it being blown out for the feature.
I would agree.
Ryan Liska and I have been talking about that.
I would rather be a little bit snug in the feature and say, hey, we went too much.
Yeah. I'm drawing better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, good. Well, Hunter, the spot's still in there. I guess you get around here pretty good. It's also
ran second in the heat race, started third, ran second. Actually, pretty damn good heat race for us. Casey Noonan won it. We'd reel him in a little bit. He'd get away from us. We'd reel him in a little bit. So we're definitely close. We're going to make a few tweaks on it for the feature. Try to get it just a little bit better and see what happens. You know, we're going to kind of anticipate on the track getting a little bit slicker than it is now. But definitely a good heat race. Got a good start. Got out front. We rolled pretty good. Kind of pulled some on the field. So definitely a good heat race down here. Casey's getting around here pretty good this year. So good night overall right now. I mean, we're heading in the right direction. So we'll see where we redraw and see how this show shakes out. So finally had a decent run, especially at Attica. So the track was pretty good tonight. I mean, still dry slick as we'd expect after a 410 show like that. Brandon made some changes to the car. Car was pretty damn good. Started third, finished fourth. That's a really good finish. I think Rusty and JR Gentry were running 1-2. Casey was third. So it was kind of like running the heat race again all over behind Casey, but definitely pleased with the night. I mean, to come down here at this track and run fourth, I mean, not only run fourth, but you know, we earned fourth. That's how I feel about it. We earned the fourth place finish. You know, we were faster than anybody else. We never seen a nose the whole night. You know, we reeled the leaders in a little bit, and then we fell back a little bit, and you know, we kind of plateaued out there. So very, very pleased with the night. I feel like the changes we're making with the car are going in the right direction, and now it's just honestly time to get the driver in a little bit better shape because you know, you run 25 laps around here. I think we were probably 20 of them green. This place is demanding. It's a lot of G-forces in the corner. It's just demanding. So that's good though. I mean, that's the fastest pace I've run around this place, and you know, just I feel like every time we come here, I'm getting a little bit better. We're getting a little bit better as a team, learning a little bit more. So very, very pleased with the night. Fourth place run.
I think we made a little bit wrong choice on the tire. We went on a 20 and we didn't, the problem is I didn't expect it to go 20 laps caution free, and that run overheated the tire. We didn't melt it down or nothing, but it was too hot, and I think a 30 would have been the answer. It would have came on real late and would have produced all the way to the end. But sometimes you take that gamble, and you know, I've had bad luck with 30s. Every time I think I should run one and put it on, it never comes in. But you know, live and learn, I guess.
I think, you know, as you get, you know, we're getting a little bit faster. We're running up front more now. Getting more load on the car, more speed. You know, that's probably where some of that tire choice starts to come in, and we're starting to see, you know, okay, we kind of wore a 20 out tonight. Just needed a little bit more tires. So all in all, great night. Nothing's tore up. Car still just the same way we brought it here, except a little bit dirtier. Motor ran flawless. Very, very pleased with the new motor. It's finally going in the right direction, and it's definitely what we needed. So good night overall, and we'll see you tomorrow.